Hello students, today I am going to do Model Paper 3 Part 2 now. So this is G.C.E O-Level Examination Model 3. So you know already you have two parts, Part A and Part B. So Part A you get 6 questions and you have to do only 5 questions, and also Part B 6 questions. You have to only do 5 questions out of that. Each question worth 10 marks for both parts, and you can spend maximum 18 minutes per question. And in the first page you get questions 1 and 2. Question number 2 you can ask for a graph paper. Question number 3, 4, and then question number 5 and 6. And then you get part B starting from question 7, 8, then next 9 and 10, 11, and last page you get question number 12. So let's do Model Paper 3, Paper 2. Let's take question number 1 in Paper 2. Assessed value of a house is 36,000 by the Municipal Council and quarterly rates are given, and you are asked to find out the percentage rates. And also there's a percentage question. So you get 2 parts, and here in this second part another 3 parts. So we'll do separately. Assessed value of a house is 36,000 rupees by the Municipal Council. 720 rupees is paid as the quarterly rates. What is the annual percentage rates charged? So quarterly one is 720. So what is the annual rate? Annual rates, you just multiply this by 4. 720 multiplied by 4. You get 2,880. So what's the percentage rates charged? Percentage rates. Annual rate is 2,880 for 36,000 assessed value into 100%. So 2 zeros get cancelled out with this one and this 0 with this one. And then you can divide by 6. 6 times 6. 6 times 4, 24. 48, that's 6 times 8. And then 6 times 8 is 48. So that's 8%. So how many marks for that part? We will give 4 marks there. Part B, the cost for making a dining table is 12,000 rupees. Carpenter expects 20% profit from selling this table. What is the selling price of the table? So if you buy for 100, if you want 20% profit, you have to sell it for 120. So likewise, if it's 12,000 rupees, then you have to sell it for 120 over 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 12 times 12, 144. And then 2 zeros are there. So you have to sell it for 14,400 rupees. The cost for making that dining table is increased by 10%. What is the new cost? So what's the cost there? 12,000. So again, 100 becomes 110. Increased by 10. So what is the new price? New cost? New cost becomes 12,000 increased by 10%. 12,000 into 110 over 100. You can do it separately. You can first find the increased amount and then add it to the original one. But this way is the easiest. You can straight away find out the value. So what's the value? 2 zeros get cancelled out. 0, 0. 11 times 12. 132. because you can separate 1 and 2. 2 plus 1, 3. You know how to multiply by 11 easily. Separate the first and the last digit, and in between you add the digits and put the value. So you get 132 here. So 13,200 is the new cost value. So what's the mark? 14,400 will give 2 marks. 13,200, another 2 marks. We have another part. What should be the selling price to get the same percentage profit? Now, the new cost, 13,200. 13,200, we need 20% profit. So, you have to multiply by 120 over 100 to get the same profit. So, 2 zeros get cancelled out, you get 0. 12 times 132, 10 and 2. So, multiply by 1, multiply by 2 and add it. So, 1584. So, that means 15,840 rupees. So, what's the mark? 2 marks for that. So, altogether we give 10 marks for this question. Let's do question number 2. This is about quadratic graphs. So, you have to draw the graph and then answer the following questions. An incomplete table prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals 7 minus 2x squared is given below. Fill in the blanks. So, you have to substitute the value. So, what's the equation? So, equation is y equals 7 minus 2x squared. Substitute x equals 0. Zero squared. So, that means 7. So, you get 7 here. And using a scale of 10 small divisions as 1 unit along x-axis and 5 small divisions as 1 unit along y-axis, draw the graph of the above function on the graph paper. So, we have to take 10 squares 1 unit. So, starting from minus 3 here, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So, here is the y-axis. Here is the y-axis. And you can mark the values for y starting from 7. So, here 2 units for 10 squares. So, can start with 8. 6, 4, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10, minus 12 and minus 14 because minus 13 is there. Then we can draw the x-axis and mark the scale. This is 1, 2, 3. And this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So here you need to remember this way is 0.1, 10 small squares 1 unit. But this way 0.2 because 5 squares 1 unit. That means 10 squares 2 units. So we can mark the points. Minus 3, minus 13. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 1, 5. 0, 7. 1, 5. 2, minus 1. Here. 3, minus 13. Here. Now we can connect the points smoothly. What's my advice? Only the corner ones you can use the ruler to mark it. But only the corner ones, and you have to smoothly connect the other points. So we'll connect this one smoothly. From here it's easy. From here we can easily mark the other points. Smoothly connect it. So that's the quadratic graph. Now we know always 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for connecting the points smoothly. And you get 1 mark here. So altogether 8 marks for these 2 parts. So let's do the next one. By using the graph, write down the equation of axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry passes through the vertex point. So that means here x equals 0 line. Coordinates of maximum point. Coordinates of maximum point. So this is the maximum point. That's when x equals 0, the value of y is 7. So 0, 7. Range of x where function is positive. Positive means above the x-axis. So here you have to read this point and this point. Roughly how much? So this is not exactly 2. So this is like 1.8 and minus 1.8. So we can write x is in between minus 1.8 and plus 1.8. It's not exactly 2 because 2 is here. And then find the value of root 5. So we need to take the equation and see where you get root 5. So what's the equation? Y equals 7 minus 2x squared. Y equals 7 minus 2x squared. Now you need to get y equals root. You need x equals root 5. Find the value of root 5. So what's the y value? We'll substitute and see what's the y value when x equals root 5. If x equals root 5, what's the y value? Y minus 7, y equals 7 minus 2, root 5 into root 5, that's 5. So 7 minus 10, that means y equals minus 3. When you substitute y equals minus 3 to the graph, you get x equals root 5. So we have to find out what's the line here. Y equals minus 3. Y equals minus 3 is here. When y equals minus 3, you have to find out the intersecting points. So what are the intersecting points? You get this point and this point. So what are the points? Here you get minus 2.2. X becomes minus 2.2, or what's the positive value? That's also 2.2. But we are taking positive value because you need positive root 5. So what's the positive root 5 value? We can take the positive value. So x becomes 2.2. So x is actually root 5 equals 2.2. So first we have to find out the y value where you get x equals root 5. So how many marks for that? So let's see. X equals 0, 1 mark. 0, 7, 1 mark. Minus 1.8 to 1.8, 2 marks. And taking y equals minus 3 everything and taking the positive value 2 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 marks given before. So let's take the next one. This question is about equations. So you have to create equations and find out the values. We'll see. It takes X minutes to make a toy car by machine P. How many cars can be produced within 1 hour? So 1 hour means 60 minutes. X minutes, you can make only 1 car. So what about 60 minutes? 1 hour means 60 minutes. That means 1 over x is 1 minute and multiply by 60 for 60 minutes. So 60 over x number of cars can make. Machine Q takes 2 more minutes compared to P machine to produce same type of car. So 2 more minutes. So write down number of cars produced by Q machine in terms of x. So within 1 hour. So you have to add 2 here. X plus 2. So within 2 more minutes compared to. So x plus 2 minutes takes to produce 1 car. Then what about 60 minutes? This time 1 divide by. So here we'll put an arrow. 1 divide by x plus 2 into 60. So you get 60 over x plus 2 number of cars. Within 60 minutes means 1 hour. So how many minutes? How many? So let's take the marks. How many marks for that? 1 mark just for this one. And 1 mark here. If both machines produce 144 cars within 1 hour, show that x satisfies the equation. So that means P machine produced 60 over x cars plus 60 over x plus 2 Q machine. So total is 144. So what's the lowest common multiple? X into x plus 2. Then that means you can take 60 out. So this becomes x plus 2 plus x. Cross multiply and you get 144. Now simplify. You can divide by 4. 4 times 1, 4. 20, that's 5. 4 times 3, 12. 24, that's 4 times 6. Again, you can divide by 3. 3 times 5. 3 times 12. Now we'll multiply. Cross multiply. What you get? 5. So this is 2x plus 2. So 5 into 2x plus 2. X and x, 2x plus 2 is equal to 12 into here x squared plus 2x. X squared plus 2x there. Then you can multiply there. Multiply here. What's the final answer? 5 times 2, 10x. 5 times 2 is 10 is equal to 12x squared and 12 times 2, 24x. Then what you get? Take all terms to one side. You get 12x squared. 24 minus 10. You get plus 14x minus 10 equals 0. Now divide the whole equation by 2. What you get? 6x squared plus 7x minus 5 equals 0. Let's see, 6x squared plus. So that's the equation. Solve the above quadratic equation and find the time taken to produce a car by P machine. So we'll see. So solve this one, 6x squared plus 7x minus 5. How you find out the factors? You multiply 6 times minus 5 minus 30x squared. Now you need to find out the proper factors to get the middle term 7. This is minus, so you have to think about difference. So what's the difference? 10 and 7? 10 and 3. 10 and 3 becomes here 7. So which one is positive? Positive 10x and negative 3x, because the difference is positive 7. So split the middle term to 10x and minus 3x. Take 2 at a time, 2x common, 3x plus 5 and minus, take it out, 3x plus 5 and 3x plus 5 is common and the remaining one 2x minus 1. Now you can equate to 0 and you get 3x plus 5 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So what's the value? X becomes minus 5 over 3 because 3x is minus 5, x is minus 5 over 3, or x becomes half. So those are the two values, but can you take minus value here? This is about number of minutes. Number of minutes cannot be negative, so you can't take this value. So you have to take x equals half. So what's the time now? Time is x minutes for one car, for P machine. So that means half of a minute. Half of a minute means 60 seconds to make one car. These are toy cars. Half of a minute. Half minutes means 60 seconds. Here, half of a minute is 60 times half. What's the minutes? How many minutes? 30 seconds. Half minutes. Half into 60, 30 seconds takes to produce one car. So you get 5 marks for that. So solving and here finding factors and equate and ignore everything, 5 marks. You get 3 marks for proving this equation. So the first step, 3 marks. And we gave before 2 marks. That's 10. Let's take the question number 4. So you have to prove and find out the lengths. ABC and CD are right angle triangles. ABC is 90, CD is also 90 degrees. AB is 10, CD is 6. Not CD. According to this one, it's given DE. DE is 6. Not this one. If sine alpha is 5 over 13, find tan alpha. So what is tan alpha? So here it says 5 over 13 for sine alpha. So sine alpha, according to this one, 10 over AC. Sine alpha is equal to so what's this one? Sine alpha is 10 over AC. So you have to write in terms of AC. Then what about this one? Sine alpha. It's given 5 over 13. Then you can find AC value straight away. AC is equal to 13 times 10 divided by 5. 5 times 2, that's 26. So this is 26 centimeters. Now we can find out tan alpha. So how you find tan alpha? You need BC length. So we'll use Pythagoras theorem to find out BC length. BC squared is equal to 26 squared minus 10 squared. What you get? Use difference between two square terms. It's easy. 26 minus 10. You get 36 and 16. When you take the square root, you get here 6 squared and 4 squared. So when you take the square root, BC becomes 6 times 4, 24. Square root of that. Because BC squared is that. So this is 24. Now it's easy to find out the tan alpha value. Tan alpha becomes opposite is 10, adjacent is 24. Then simplify. You get this is 5 divided by 2 and this is 12. So 5 over 12. Now similarly you have to find out the sine beta value as well. Not sine beta. Sine beta value is given and you are asked to find the tan beta. So similarly, you can do the same thing for the other triangle. So we'll do it. Sine beta according to the triangle is 6 over CE. So sine beta is 3 over 5 given. So what's CE then? CE becomes 5 times 6 divided by 3. 3 times 2, so 10 centimeters. CE. This is 10 centimeters. If this is 10, you have to find out the CD length. So how you find CD length? CD squared is equal to 10 squared minus 6 squared. That's 100 minus 36. You get 64. When you take the square root, you get 8. So this is 8 centimeters. So what's the ratio? Now tan beta is equal to tan beta. Opposite is 6. Adjacent is 8. So 3 over 4. Divide by 2, you get 3 over 4. So see, several parts are there. So first you have to use the sine beta ratio and then find out the tan beta value. So in this question, you are getting 2 marks. And this one, you are getting 2 marks. Here, I have done long way. Here without that also you can easily take it. So this is the next part. Here see, find the length of BC. We have already done all these parts in that. So I can show that you can use this method as well. So see. So straight away you can do sine alpha is equal to 5 over 13. So this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. If this is the case, so you can easily find out tan alpha. So how you find tan alpha? Opposite is 5. hypotenuse is 13, then use Pythagoras theorem and you get 12 here. So using Pythagoras theorem itself, you can find out the length because it's given only 2 marks here for this part. So what is tan alpha then? Only few steps. So you get 5/12 here. So you don't need to find out the length and then find out the tan alpha. Here also same thing. Sine beta equals 3/5. Then tan beta is what? So according to the triangle, 3 is opposite and 5 is hypotenuse. So this becomes 4 according to the Pythagoras theorem. So tan beta is opposite over adjacent, 3/4. So that's the easiest way because 2 marks you are getting. But we completed the other part as well. So let's see. Find the length of BC. We already found that BC is 24 centimeters. Find the length of DC. We found DC. CD is 8 centimeters. Find the length of BD. You can add it. BC plus CD, 24 and 8. BD equals 24 plus 8. 32 centimeters. So you are getting marks for that as well. So what are the marks? 2 marks here. 2 marks for 8 and 32, 2 marks. So we gave altogether 10 marks. Question number 5. This is about statistics question. So you get 5 parts there. Following table gives information about collecting old newspapers by a person in 30-day month. So kilograms is their mass. So we have to find out the mid value. Find the value of x. Means mid values you have to find. How you do? For any class boundaries or class limits, you add and divide by 2 the boundaries. So these are boundaries given. So this is 70, 50 to 70. Add and divide by 2, 50 plus 70, 120. Divide by 2, 60. So that means adding 10 to the lower boundary. So add 10, 80. Add 10, 100, 120, 140, 160. Those are the mid values. Now deviation. Now look at this one, deviation. This one is 0 given. So what is the assumed mean? Yeah, assumed mean is asking. So that's, we are doing reverse way. First we'll find the model class, one which has the highest frequency. Look at the frequency column. But you have to find out x. So what's that x value? So this x is not the same as this. So we have to change it. If it's y, then it's better because you can't take the same value. So we'll find out x here. Altogether 30. So we'll add and subtract from 30. 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 4, 13. 13 plus 10, 23. So x should be 7 here. Now we can find the model class. So 10 is the highest. 110 to 130 is the model class. And what is the assumed mean? Assumed mean where you get deviation 0 here. 120. They have taken 120 as the assumed mean. And then the next one, it says find the mean mass of the. So we have to fill the table. So we'll do that. So I'll quickly write down the values there. And here we found x equals 7 and deviation is 0. Okay, so you have to subtract. So the assumed mean is 120. So what's deviation? X minus 120. So what's the difference? 100 and 120? 20 is the difference. So minus 20, minus 40, minus 60 here, plus 20, plus 40. Now we can multiply F and D. 3 times minus 60, minus 180. 4 times minus 40, 160. Minus 160. 7 times 20, minus 140. Minus sign is there. 10 times 0, 0. 4 times 20, 80. 2 times 40 also 80. And what's the total? 160 here. Negative values. You get 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 480 minus 160. 320, but it's minus. So minus 320 there. So we can find out the mean value. Mean becomes assumed mean plus sigma FD. That's total of FD over total of frequencies. Assumed mean is 120. Here you get minus 320 divided by 30. 30 is the total frequency. So what's the value? 120 minus 32 divided by 3. You get 3 times 1, 0. For 20, that's nothing. For 200, 200. So here we are dividing by 20, no? So we are dividing by 3. So 3 times 1. So for 20, 3 times 6, 18. So again another 6, 6 like that. So we need, this is number of newspapers, no? So here, no, this is kilograms. So you can keep it to 1 decimal place. So 4, 9, 109.5 kilos is the mean weight of newspapers per day. So let's see. So you can round it to 109. So we'll give marks for all the other steps. So we'll give x equals 7, 1 mark, and 110 to 131 mark, and 121 mark. So that's 3. For this one, you are getting 3 marks. Finding the mean. So normally you get 1 mark for mid value, 1 mark for sigma FD, and for calculation, it's 1 mark. So we'll round it, this one to 109, 9 and keep. Is it in the question? Mass newspaper to the nearest whole number. It says you have to round it, otherwise you are not getting the full marks. So 109 kilograms. 109 kilograms. So let's do the last part. What is the total amount he spent to buy newspapers for the month if 1 kilogram of newspapers is 8 rupees? So 1 kilo is 8. How many kilos? 109. 109 kilos per day. For the month, you need to multiply by 30, and each kilogram 8 rupees. So that's the amount he needs to spend. 3 times 9, 27, 3, and here with 0. Now multiply by 8. 8 times 0, 0, 8 times 7, 56, 5 remaining. 8 times 2, 16 plus 5, 21, and 2 remaining. 8 times 3, 24, plus 2, 26. So you get 26,160 rupees. So this is the fifth part. You get 2 marks. Question number 6. This is about laws of indices you have to use, and logarithms are there. Laws of logarithms here, and you have to use logarithmic tables as well. 3 parts are there. So we'll take the first one. 2 to the power a and 5 to the power b, 7 to the power c is equal to 98 into 10 to the power 3. So we have to write all these numbers in 257. 98, how can we write in prime numbers? Divide by 2, divide by 7. So you can write like this. So 10 you can write as 2 and 5. So we'll split 98. I can write 2 into 7 squared. And 10 I can write 2 into 5. So 2 into 5, that's power 3 comes. According to the indices, we have to expand it. That means power 3 comes for 2 as well as 5. So altogether, how many 2's are there? This is 1 plus 3, 4. How many 5's are there? 3. And how many 7's are there? 2. Now you can compare. Twos you can compare. That means A should be equal to 4. When you compare base 5, B should be equals to 3. Base 7, C equals 2. So those are the values for A and A, B, C. So let's see whether it's correct and how many marks for that. So you are getting 432. 3 marks for that. Part B. It says LG3, LG means log 10 base 0.4771. LG7 is 0.8451. Now we need to find out LG21. So how can you write 21 in terms of 3 and 7? We know according to laws of logarithms, when it's multiplication, you can add the logarithm. So log AB is same as log A plus log B. So you can use that. So here log 7, LG7 plus LG3. So what's the value LG7 means? 0.8451 and LG3 is 0.4771. Now just add the two values, 8451 and 0.4771. So you get 1.3222 is the LG21 value. So what's the mark you are getting for this one? You get 2 marks for that using laws of logarithms. Now, we gave only 5 marks. Now, the next part, using logarithmic tables, you get 5 marks. So, using logarithmic tables, find the value of this. So, we can take any letter for that. So, first take any letter. Then what's the second step? Take log both sides. Log of r is equal to log of 3.14 squared into 0.843, 1.75. Now, when you take log, what happens? Here power comes down and multiplication becomes addition, division becomes subtraction. So, you can write log 3.14 and 2 comes here plus log of 0.843 minus log of 1.75. So, what you get? 2 times 3 point something means 0 point something you are getting as a logarithm. What about the other one? Log 0.8. So, that means bar 1 point. And here 1 point something means 0 point. Now, we have to refer the table, log tables. So, what's the value we need? 31.4 first. 31.4. 4969. 4969. Then we need 84.3. 84 in the second table 3. 92.58. 92.58. Now we have to refer 17.5. 17.5. 2430. 2430. Now we'll multiply first this one by 2. 2 times 9, 18, 1 remaining, 2 times 6, 12 plus 1, 13, 1 remaining, 2 times 9, 18 plus 1, 19, 1 remaining, 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. Plus bar 1.9258 and 0.2430. Again, add it 9938 and bar 1.9258. First add it and then we'll subtract. 8 and 8, 16, 1 remaining, 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 2, 11, 10 plus 9, 19, 1 there. 1 and bar 1 get cancelled out and you get 0. And now we'll subtract 0.2430. 6, 6, 7 and 1 remaining, 3 plus 6, 9. So, 0.6766. So, R becomes antilog of 0.6766. 6766. So, that means antilog 6766, you have to refer the table 67. 6766. So, 67 is there. If you take 58, you need another, this is 66 now, you need another 8. Another 8 from 9. So, 4749. 4749 is the value. So 4749. Here 0 point something. So the answer is 4.749. So that's the value. It's not given correct to any decimal places. So you can keep the answer like this. So I told you, you get 5 marks. 5 marks for that. So we'll give taking log 1 mark. Each logarithmic value you are getting mark. 1 mark each. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finding last value 1 mark. So 5 marks for that question. Let's take question number 7. It's about progression, arithmetic and geometric. Nth term of a number pattern is 2n plus 5. Find the first 4 terms. So how you find out first 4 terms? You can substitute n equals 1, n equals 2, n equals 3 and n equals 4. N equals 1. So you get T1 equals 2 times 1 plus 5. That's 2 plus 5, 7. That's the first term. N equals 2. That's T2 you are getting. 2 times 2 plus 5. 4 plus 5, 9. Second term is 9. N equals 3. That's T3 equals 2 times 3. 6 plus 5, 11. And n equals 4. T4 you are getting 2 times 4 plus 5, 8 plus 5, 13. So what's the sequence? First 4 terms you get 7, 9, 11, 13. Those are the 4 terms. And what is the pattern? What type of pattern? We can see the difference, common difference. 9 minus 7 is 2. 11 minus 9 also 2. And 13 minus 11 is also 2. Common difference is the same. So that means arithmetic progression. This is about arithmetic progression. So how many marks for these 2 steps? 2 marks to identify 4 terms, and common difference is to arithmetic progression, just 1 mark. Part B, you have given 4, 7, 12, 19 is a number pattern. And 4 you can write 1 plus 3, 7, 4 plus 3, 9 plus 3 like that. Find the nth term of this number pattern. So what should be n? What are these numbers? 1, 4, 9, 16. Those are square numbers. You can write 1 squared plus 3, 2 squared plus 3, 3 squared plus 3. 16 means 4 squared plus 3. Now can you see? Square terms are there. So what is nth term? Nth term you can write n squared. This is 4th term. 4 squared. This is 3rd term. 3 squared. N squared plus 3. That's the nth term. Find the 50th term. Substitute 50 there for n. 50 squared plus 3. So 50 times 50 means 2 zeros. 5 times 5, 25. Plus 3, 2503 is the 50th term. So you get 1 mark for identifying the pattern and 2 marks for writing down the 50th term. So we have another few parts. Which term is 172? So what's the nth term? N squared plus 3 equals 172. So you need to find out the value of n. N squared becomes 172 minus 3. 169. So what's 169? Can you remember? That's 13 squared. 13 times 13. So if this is 13 squared, so what is it? N is 13. Same power, you can compare the bases. N equals 30. So 13th term is 172. Part C. Write down appropriate values of the below cages for the given number pattern. So here first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. So we can write first term is 3. Third term is 27. It's increased. So this is like getting larger and larger. So this should be geometric progression. And T fifth term is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 243. So we can write down third term for the geometric as AR squared. So A is 3 and we can check whether its common ratio is there. So 27. So 27 divided by 3, you get 9. 9 is R squared, means R is equal to plus or minus 3. But here you can't get, you can get, because here second term can be negative. Again multiply by negative. Again but negative, you get positive. Again multiply by negative, you get negative. So plus or minus both satisfy. So we'll check it again whether it's true for 243. T5 means AR to the power 4 now. See whether same R value you are getting. So this is A, it becomes 3. So when you divide by 3, you get 81 is R to the power 4. So you can write R as plus or minus 3. Because 3 to the power 4, 81, you can write 3 to the power 4 plus or minus 3 to the power 4. You get positive, either negative or positive. Power 4 is positive. So that is okay. So that means it can be either plus 3 or minus 3. So we'll write for both. If it's plus 3, 3 times 3, 9. 27 times 3, 81. If it's negative 3, what happens? 3 times negative 3, negative 9. Then again positive. Again negative 81. So two possibilities are there. So remember that power is positive. Means you can get either positive or negative values. So 2 marks for that. So we gave 13, 2 marks. We have to give 2 marks there. And this one, you get 2 marks. So check it again. Is it possible to have 2 values, positive 3 and negative 3? Yes, because if it's positive 3, 3 times 3, 9. If it's negative 3, what happens? This is negative. Negative into negative, again positive. So odd numbers always positive, whatever the R value. So you get 2 marks there. Let's do question number 8. That's construction question. So you can use the compass and the ruler for that. Construct ABC triangle with AB equals 5.9 and ABC is 60 degrees and BC equals 7.2. So we'll draw that. So we'll take 7.2 centimeters first. So what you have to do, you can first draw a line. First you can draw a line and we'll mark BC. Take the compass and the ruler. Now we need to measure 7.2. So you have to mark both points and take correctly 7.2. That's BC. B angle is 60. So that means to this angle you have to draw 60-degree angle. So how you draw 60-degree angle? You take a certain distance. You can draw an arc here, arc in the middle, and another arc somewhere here, so that you get the intersecting point. So we use the property of equilateral triangle. That's 60 degrees. Then you have to mark A point. That's AB is 5.9. You have to measure 5.9. And mark the A point. This is it. Now you can connect A and C. That's ABC triangle. Construct circum circle of ABC triangle and name the center as O. So how you draw a circum circle? So you have to draw perpendicular bisectors of two sides, and then the intersecting point of two bisectors, you get the center. So we'll take the compass. We need to construct perpendicular bisectors. We'll take BC. You can draw an arc in the middle, arc here in the middle, and then take C and draw the other arc so that you get the intersection. Here you have to do it again because we cannot get the, so now we get the intersecting point. So that's one bisector. So we can connect that one. So that's the first bisector. And then we can draw AC bisector. Again, take the compass and draw the other bisector. You can take any length. Arc in the middle, arc somewhere here. And then you have to draw the other arc. Now we have two arcs. Now we can connect. So this is the point. Can you see the point? This point and this point. So two bisectors meet at here. So that means this is the center O. Now we can draw the circum circle. So what's the radius? You can take OC or OB or OA. Any one point as the radius, OA or OB or OC. So we can check first whether it passes through A and B. Yes. So here you have to keep it properly so that passes through all these points. So roughly here you have to change it so that feather again. Now it's okay. Yeah, it passes through. Okay, so roughly you have to see. So it should pass through all 3 points. So here slight change can be happen, because of not drawing it, not connecting the lines properly. But make sure that all these 3 points passes with the circumcircle. Then that's the circumcircle. Construct tangents to the circle at A. You have to draw a tangent at A and C. And name the intersection point as P. So how you draw a tangent? Now can you see here to here? Now we have to connect O and A first. So when you connect O and A, that's the radius. If we can draw the perpendicular line to that, you can draw the tangent. So here also perpendicular line. But what we can do one tangent line, and then the lengths are equal. You can mark the point, draw the other one easily. So we'll draw the perpendicular at A to the radius. OA is the radius. So we know perpendicular, the tangent and the radius is perpendicular. So take certain distance, mark the arc. So here I'll take different color so that you can see clearly. OA intersecting point is here and here. Now take a bigger length from here. We can mark. We take a bigger length here and here. Now we can connect this point and A. That's the tangent. And we can draw the other tangent as well. So we can take the same length. So how you draw the perpendicular to that? So we can take the perpendicular line. So how can we do that? So it's better to draw a perpendicular to this point as well. So we'll draw the perpendicular. So we have to take this and try to draw a perpendicular. So perpendicular, you have to take the compass. So takes any distance and we'll draw a perpendicular to that. We'll take this distance and do it here and here, and we'll take longer distance here and draw the perpendicular line. Because we are using the property of tangent and radius are perpendicular. Now you can connect it. This point, C point with this one. Now we have drawn the two tangents. So those are the two tangents and the intersecting point is P. So this is P. And you are asked to measure and write down the values of length of P, A and P, C. So we'll take the compass and measure. That's the last step. So here to here, we know that the lengths are equal. So you get the same length here. So this length is same as this length. So we need to only measure one length. So what's the length? 7.5. So we can write PA equals 7.5 5 centimeters, as well as PC also 7.5. So we'll give marks. How many marks you are getting for each step? This one, each step 1 mark. 1 mark for BC, 1 mark for AB, 1 mark for AC, and then construct circum circle, 2 marks because we drew 2 perpendicular bisectors, and then drawing circle, 2 marks, and tangents. So perpendicular we can give 1 mark and 1 mark. Perpendicular, 2 perpendiculars, and drawing the tangent and measuring this one 1 mark. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take question number 9. That's about circles. Write down the theorem related to opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. What you know about opposite angles? Opposite angles are add up to 180, supplementary. So we can say opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. Now we'll move to part B. PQR is a cyclic quadrilateral and center is O. So here you get center O, this is O. TP and TS are tangents drawn to the circle. Find the values of following angles. PSR. PSR, this angle. Look at carefully. This is given 120. Angle bisected at the center. So the other one, angle bisected on the circumference, is half of that. So what is the PSR angle? That's 60 degrees. So you can write angle subtended on the circumference. Angle subtended on the circumference. PQR. PQR, this angle. Now we found this is 60. We know according to the cyclic quadrilateral first part, the opposite angles add up to 180. So this is 60. So what is this angle? 180 minus 60. That's 120. Opposite angles are 180. Add up to 180. Now what about this one? OPQ. OPQ. This angle, we'll take another color. OPQ is this angle. ORQ. ORQ is this angle. What's the sum? We know these two angles, 120, and this angle we found 100, PQR also 120. So here this is a quadrilateral. The sum of angles in a quadrilateral is 360. So 120 and 120, 240. So the other two angles are 360 minus 240. What's the value? You get 120 degrees. SOR. SOR. So we'll connect that with a line. We'll take red. SOR. We know that. Now see, these two are radius, equal. What's the middle angle now? We can find out this small angle. Now see, this is the radius and this is the tangent. This is 90 degrees. And here 50, 90 minus 50, the small angle is 90 minus 50. That's 40 degrees. So we can find 40. So we need SOR. This is also 40. What's the other angle then? SOR becomes 180 minus 40 and 40. So you can write SOR. I'll write here. SOR angle is 180 minus 40 and 40, that's 80, 100 degrees. PTS, now PTS, where's PTS? PTS, now we need this angle. How can we find out that one? This is 90. This is also 90. Tangent and the radius. We found this angle is 100. So easily you can find out this side angle. So what's that? 360 minus 120 and 100? 220. So you get here 140 degrees here. Now look at the quadrilateral again. 90 and 90 becomes 180. So these should be 180. So what is PTS? 180 minus 140. So that's 40 degrees. So easily you can find out those angles. That's this one. Now we'll do part C. If the radius of the circle is 7 centimeters, TO is 25, find the length of the tangent PT. So that's about length. So shall we draw the triangle that we need? PT, and it's given TO. TO is given. Okay, so we'll connect TO and OP. Radius is 7. Okay, so this is radius. So that's 90 degrees. Radius and tangent. So this is T, P, O. So this is radius. We'll put R and that's 7 given. So radius is 7 centimeters and TO. TO is 25 centimeters. You are asked to find the length of PT. So you can use Pythagoras Theorem. PT squared is equal to 25 squared minus 7 squared. So you can use difference between two square terms, 25 plus 7, 25 minus 7. $32 here into 18. I can rewrite here. It's easy. 9 times 2 for 18 and 2 I can take here. 64 into 9. Same as that. 18 I can write 2 into 9 and 2 times 32 becomes 64 because I want the square terms. So when you take square root, it's easy. 8 squared is 64 and 3 squared is 9. So what's the square root value? Take all square root values. 8 and 3. That's 24 centimeters is the PT length. So we'll see how you get marks for the whole question. 180. We gave 2 marks for, no, we didn't give a single mark there. So we'll give marks from the beginning. 2 marks here. And then 1 mark for 60 degrees. 121 mark. Sum is 121 mark. SOR is 100 degrees, that's 1 mark, and 40 degrees for PTS, that's 1 mark. And finding the length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this part, 3 marks, 24 centimeters. So altogether we gave 10 marks for that question. Question number 10. So that's a trapezium. So let's see the first part. Write down 3 properties of a parallelogram. What are the 3 properties? Opposite sides are equal. And you can say opposite sides are parallel. Then what else? What can you say? Area bisecting each other with the diagonals. Area is bisected by diagonals. And opposite angles are equal. You can write so many properties. If it's a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are equal. And opposite angles are equal. And from the diagonals, the area is bisected. From both sides, diagonals, you can divide the area into 2 parts, equal 2 parts. So you get 3 marks. Diagonals bisect each other. So that's also possible. So 3 marks you can get for writing 3 properties. Then the second part, if the non-parallel lengths of a trapezium are equal, so these 2 are non-parallel sides, means these 2 are equal, show that trapezium is a cyclic quadrilateral. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here, that means these 2 sides are parallel. Use the below trapezium and draw BE parallel to AD. So we'll draw it and see. We'll draw a parallel line, that's BE. That's the hint given. So this line is parallel to AD. Now when you draw a parallel line there, we can say that A, B, D, E is a parallelogram. That's a parallelogram. So we can say if this is X, this is X. Opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. And opposite sides are equal. So AD is equal to BE. So this length is equal to this length. And also we know AD equals BC. It's given. So what can you say? BE is equal to BC. So that's an isosceles triangle. So if this is Y, this is also Y. Because isosceles triangle, and we know that these 2 lines are parallel. This is Y, this is also Y. Now what can you say? So we'll write down. We can say BEC angle, this angle is equal to BCE angle because of isosceles triangle. And also we can say BEC angle is equal to ADE angle because of corresponding angles. These two are corresponding angles. Now what can you say? We know from this point x plus y is equal to 180. We can see that it's a straight angle. That means, now look at this one. This angle and this angle, 180. What about these angles? Also x plus y. Opposite angles add up to 180. So you can say the opposite angles now, DAB angle plus DCB angle now becomes 180 because x plus y. Especially we have to look at these two angles, this and this. That means you can say 180 means opposite angles are 100, opposite angles add up to 180 degrees. So we can say it's a cyclic quadrilateral then. A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. So how many marks for that? You are getting 7 marks for that. So writing down, this is parallelogram and opposite sides are equal, and x plus y equals 180, and also here you get another 2 marks for showing that the lengths are equal, and then opposite angles add up to 180 and mentioning that it's a cyclic quadrilateral. So 7 marks for that part. Let's take question number 11. This is about volume question. So you have 2 parts to do. So we'll take the first part. A cylinder with diameter 7. Diameter is 7. And the height 20 centimeters is filled half with water. So half means 10 centimeter. What is there? How many marbles with 1.4 centimeter diameter? Marbles, that's a sphere. So 1.4 centimeter diameter needed to put inside the cylinder to increase the height of water by 5.6 centimeters. So that means the volume of marbles should be equal to the volume of the increased amount of water. So we'll equate. So what's the volume of a marble? 4/3 pi r cube. R cube means diameter is 1.4, radius is divided by 2, 0.7. 0.7 into 0.7. We'll put n number of marbles we are putting. That volume is equal to volume of water increased, pi r squared. So pi r squared. Here 7 is the diameter. 7 over 2 is the radius. Pi r squared h. H is the increased height. That means 5.6. That's equal. So pi get cancelled out. We'll divide by 7. 7 and this becomes 0.1. this 7 with this 0.1. Okay, so let's see what's n. N equals 3 times 5.6 divide by 4 here. 4 comes here, 0.1, 0.1, 0.7, and here 4 is already there. So 4 comes, another 4 comes here. First we'll simplify this 4 times this one, 1 and 4, 1.4. And then 0.7. Now we'll remove the decimals. 3 here. I'll multiply by 10, 100, 1000. So multiply by 1000. That means here, one decimal place, multiply by 1000, 1, 2, 3. So that means 1400. Divide by, you get 4, 1, 1, 7. No, 7 comes. So 1 you don't need to write. 7 times 2, 4 times 5, 20. So 50 times 3, 150 marbles you are putting to increase the volume of water to 5.6 centimeters. So that's the answer for part A. 7 marks for that. So we'll give here all these parts 7. So here for the formula 2 marks, this one 2 marks, and equating 2 marks, and then finding n 1 mark. Part B, how many milliliters of water needed to fill the remaining part of the cylinder? Remaining part. So now it's increased to another 5.6. So what's the other height now? The whole thing is 20. 10 and 5.6, 15.6. So we can find out the remaining height is 20 minus 15.6. That's 10 and 5.6. So here you get 4. That means 4.4 centimeter of water, height water we need. So what's the volume needed? Volume needed, pi, that's 22 over 7, r squared, pi r squared, 7 over 2 squared, into height now 4.4. 2 with 11, 1, 7 get cancelled out, and you get here 2 times 2.2. So 7 into 2.2, that's 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15.4 into 11. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 5, 55 plus 4, 59. 5 remaining. 11 times 1, 11 plus 5, 16. So that's, when you put one decimal point, place here 169.4 cubic centimeter of water needs to fill the empty space. So we'll see 169.4. So you are getting 3 marks for that. Earlier we gave 7 marks for this question, this part, and here this one 3 marks. Altogether 10 marks. Let's take the last question. Write down the set notation belongs to the shaded region, and then you have to find out the probabilities. So we can do it separately. So all these are probability and Venn diagram question. Write down the set notation belongs to the shaded region. So we can put letters A, B, C, D. Now we need B and D. Those are the two shaded parts. So we can find out. So what is A? B and C. What is B? B is C and D. So now take A dash intersection B. A dash intersection B. A dash means outside A. That's AD, and intersecting with B, that's D. So we can get D part there. So likewise, you need B as well. So we'll take B dash intersection A. Outside B, but intersects with A, that's B. So we have B and D. So we need to take the union. So what's the shaded region? A dash intersection B union B dash intersection A. So that's the shaded part. So let's do the next one and give marks all together. Part B. Ravindu put red, blue, green, yellow marbles, 5 each, altogether 20 in a box. 5 red ones, 5 blue ones, 5 green ones and 5 yellow ones. Each colored marbles labeled 1 to 5. Mix all marbles and take one marble out from the box randomly. Find the following probabilities. A yellow marble with prime numbers on it. What are the prime numbers? Prime numbers 2, 3, 5. So we need 2, 3, 5 from yellow ones. So you get yellow 2. So I can write what are the numbers you are getting. If we'll take A as the event, yellow 2, yellow 3, yellow 5. So 3 out of altogether how many? 20. So 3 over 20. A blue marble or a green marble with number 2. So what are the possibilities? I'll take this one as B. Event B. You can get blue 2 or green 2. So 2 possibilities are there. So 2 possibilities out of 20, that's 2 over 20. So 1 over 10. And the next one, a red marble with even number on it. What are the even numbers? 2, 4. Because up to 5 is there. 2, 4. So we can say red 2 or red 4. 2 possibilities are there. I'll take this one as C event. So what's the probability? 2 out of 20. That's also 1 over 10. And the fourth part, any colored marble with even number on it. So what are the possibilities? I'll take D. We can take each color. So red, blue, green, yellow. Red, even number. Red 2, red 4. Then blue 2, blue 4. Then yellow 2, yellow 4, or green 2 or green 4. So what are the possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possibilities are there out of 20. 4 times 2 and 4 times 5. 2 over 5. So let's give marks. We'll give this one 4 marks. So this one 4 marks, and the next one you get 4 parts. So this one 1, this is 2, just 1 mark, 1, 2, 2 and 2. So 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 marks, 10 marks altogether. So that's the last question in paper 2, model 3, paper 2. So make sure that you complete the whole paper and then watch my video to check your answers.